Get that rolling. We always start filling up right here at 8 o'clock, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. It's great to see everyone this evening, this Wednesday evening, as we come together each and every single Wednesday. It's always a pleasure for me to come in and do these trainings and really get to see everybody. You know, it's funny. I was telling someone the other day, they was asking me about Wednesday nights. I said, you know, I said, for me, it feels like a bunch of friends just getting together, sharing and talking about business and enjoying ourselves. I mean, I sit here with a nice cold bottle of water and get to share with you guys, and we get to interact and talk back and forth, which is what I really love about these trainings on Wednesday night. And so tonight's training is going to be on rep management. But before we get started, because we continue every single week to have more and more new people, I just want to go over the couple of house cleaning things that we do. If you haven't joined our YouTube channel, go to youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. That way you can get instant access to all the training videos that are uploaded. Sometimes I upload training videos there that I don't make actually public, and I go in and I test some things, and I'll do it on video so I can watch it back and see the reactions and see everything that happens. And you get access to that if you join up on the youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. Also, and this is not our group, but if you would like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. If you have not joined our group, and I'm going to put this in the training box real quick. Well, I said I was. Hang on just one second. And I'm going to put this in the training box real quick. This has become a very popular place, and it's really a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I've really enjoyed it, and so let me paste that in there, and I'm going to send it to everyone. Bam. And everybody should see that. You can go to our Facebook group. Like I say, it's become very popular. We've got like 80 people just since last Wednesday when we launched it that are in there, and it's starting to grow every day. And there's a lot of interaction and a lot of great ideas. And it's like I've told everybody before, what's really built our company is you guys' ideas coming in from the very beginning. So you're able to post your ideas there. We no longer have the forum in the control panel. It was just getting where it was just spammed way too much, and it's just as I was saying before the training started, forums are really outdated with the advent of the Facebook groups. And the great thing about the Facebook groups is myself and Mark and Robert and Sean, we have our phones with us all the time, and we're all connected right there to Facebook. So we're able to interact with you, ladies and gentlemen, a whole lot quicker than we were in the forums. So it's a great place to be. So if you haven't joined, click on that link and go in and join it in facebook.com/groups with an S /Instant App Wizard. And it's just it's been a lot of fun. I've really enjoyed it. If you have not done so, pick up your phone and text app call to 904-548-3411 so that you can get a text reminder each week about the trainings. I also, if you've noticed today, I've posted it several times in the Facebook group, and of course I send out the emails every single week. And we really want you guys here, and I think it's a very enjoyable time that we have. We're going to go right into rep management tonight. I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to answer questions. I want to talk about rep management because this is a tool, and I posted it online earlier today. This is a tool that you can truly take and build a business completely around and make good money. And we're going to talk about how to do that tonight. We all know rep management has become a very popular program today for companies. I want you to understand this rep management system. I think there may be a few misconceptions out there that I want to clear up. I want you to understand perfectly about this rep management system. We're going to talk about selling the rep management system, and it's kind of like selling anything. You have to sell the benefits of any program. When you go to purchase a car, if the salesman does his job, let's say that you're looking at 3 different cars and you've got a family of 4 and you start looking at a small sedan, a mid-size sedan, and maybe a Jeep or a van or something like that. If he's worth his weight in gold, he's going to sell you the benefits of the largest car. He already knows you have a large family. He knows that you're going to need room. Especially he will sell you the advantages if you travel and if you need space to carry things. If you have small children, the availability to have the space to put the carriers in there, the toys and all that stuff. So any salesman worth their weight in gold will sell benefits. They never sell the product. The product is just is really a bypart of the benefits, and you can't have the benefits without the product. And so when you sell the rep management system, it's extremely important that you sell the benefits. And let's talk about a little bit that for a moment. First off, I'm going to tell you, if you don't go in and look, or you haven't looked, I want you to go in and pick the top 5 places that you go to, the top 5 restaurants or the top 5 services that you use. I want you to pick the top 5, and before you go to bed tonight, I want you to go in and I want you to do some research. And I want you to see what people are saying about those places. Not only do you probably not know what they're saying about those places, but the business owners definitely don't know what they're saying about those places. With a few clicks, potential customers learn all kinds of information today on the internet. And it's amazing what you can find out. They found out good information, what people like about a business. They find out bad information, what people don't like about the business. And they find false information, which is the fact that other businesses will go in there and they will post stuff bad just to drive people away. And it's important that your clients understand what happens on reputation online. And there's dozens and dozens of reputation sites today. There's all kind of places people can post. One of the biggest places people post today, of course, is Facebook, and you have Yelp, Foursquare, Twitter, and Facebook. So you have to make sure that they understand that. I was talking to someone today on the phone. I don't remember who it was. I've been on the phone just about all day today. And we were talking about Facebook and how important it is for you to, you can go in and have them post to Urban Spoon. Urban Spoon is not a part of this. Urban Spoon is inside the system itself, where you can put Urban Spoon on the mobile app. If you're not sharing and showing your clients the Facebook fan pages, how to set them up, how to utilize them, you're not doing them a service. You really need to get them involved with the social media programs. It's extremely, extremely important. Reputation can be the difference between gaining or losing customers. And businesses need to understand that today. And with advertisement, I talked a couple of weeks ago about this reputation.com. If you listen to Fox Radio, I listen to Fox News Radio, they advertise about once every 20 minutes on there. And they're very expensive. I asked them for some information at one time, and it was very expensive for them to do what they were going to do. Some reputation companies are charging upwards to $1,500 to $2,500 a month to manage companies' reputations and get them back in line. So you want to be able to share those benefits, why it's important for them to set up a reputation management system. 74% of the customers out there will change their mind based on a bad review. Now, I know when I go to the movies, the first thing I do is look at the review on the movie. And that will pretty much tell me if I'm going to the movie or not. And what I'll do is I'll kind of scan my Facebook page to see if other people are going to that movie and see what they're saying about the movie. Now, there's one thing I don't listen to, and I don't listen to the critics that come onto the news and onto the television. Usually if they say it's really bad, I go and watch it because what they like isn't the same thing I like. So, but 74% of the customers, of your client's customers, will change their mind based on a bad review. 89%, and this number blew me away, 89% of users trust online reviews. And what's amazing is that 89% doesn't even know where that review comes from. And that's why it's important to monitor and manage reputation. Because if there's 2 or 3 restaurants in a town and one starts struggling, what's the first thing he's going to do? He's going to start inventing information on the other restaurants to drive their reviews down. Why? Because 89% of the people out there trust online reviews. 92% of users read internet reviews. 92%. Let me just ask the question here. We've got a full house again tonight. How many of you have read an online review before you went to go do something? Just throw a yes up there in the box real quick as you're going through. Every single one of you is typing yes. That blows my mind. So I guess that's correct. 92% is correct. And I mean, the yeses are still coming, still coming, still coming, still coming. So we can see that this is a true statement. Without question, it's a true statement. So we need to make sure that our clients understand this. These 3 numbers here, 74%, 89%, and 92%, are very important numbers to your client, especially the 92%. Now, you all know the one thing I ask when I walk into a business, and that is, hey, how's business going? When you're talking about reputation management, one of the things you need to say is, let me ask you a question. Do you ever go online before you go to an event or to a restaurant or to some business and check them out and see what they say? I bet you're going to get a resounding majority say, yes, I do. And then ask them this, have you ever checked your own reputation? And I can bet you that the majority will say, no, I've never thought about that. That's why it's extremely important, okay, that people check their reputations. Sandra just says, especially large purchases. Absolutely. Hotels, electronics, high-end restaurants, cars. They want to know what the dealer's like, what the place of business is like, what kind of service they got from A to Z. Absolutely. When I talk about selling the benefits of reputation management, okay, I want you to focus on these 4 things. First off, the biggest benefit is this, to improve customer satisfaction. You think about this for a moment. How many times have you got up from a restaurant and didn't like the food, but you didn't say anything? And you didn't have anything to say good, so you didn't say anything at all. Now, I'm just the opposite, and it drives my wife absolutely bonkers. If my food is cold, they're getting it back. If the steak is not correct, they're getting it back. If things just aren't going well, they're going to hear about it. And so, but most people aren't like that. Most people don't understand that they could actually help the business if they would let them know what's going on in their place of business. So reputation management can help improve customer satisfaction. What does customer satisfaction do for a business? Can just a couple of people throw it up there real quick. If you have good customer satisfaction, what happens? in a business? Absolutely. Customers come in, creates profit, repeat business. Absolutely. Recommendations, every one of you are spot on. That's right. And I talked about this last week. Referral is the best advertising out there. Matter of fact, somebody just throwed it up there, promotes word of mouth advertising. Referrals is the best advertising you can get, bar none. And I'm going to tell you, one person will go out and talk good about you, but do something bad, 99 people will go out and talk bad about you. That's just our nature. We don't go out and talk about the good things. If we talked about the good things, we wouldn't need news organizations. Okay? So people talk about the bad things. Customer satisfaction is numero uno. Better public relations. And you don't really think about that when you talk about business. What do you mean public relations, Carrie? People that know that you as a business care. You go into that business and you've taken recommendations. Trust me, people see that. There's one thing I hate anything worse than anything in the world, and it drives me up the wall. And it doesn't matter what business I go into, it is the bathrooms. Dirty bathrooms drive me bonkers because all it takes is somebody 10 minutes to go in and check those restrooms. But businesses don't. And did you know dirty restrooms will cause people not to come back? What if they have children? They don't want their children in those dirty restrooms. You know what? The manager never takes time to go back there. He thinks Johnny that's putting his initials on that little piece of paper that they hang on the door for quality control, he thinks he actually went in there and did something. Trust me, people will post about dirty bathrooms. But what if you start seeing those posts and you say, hey, guys, we're letting the public down. And you go in and make sure those bathrooms are clean, okay? Why do you think, and this was big back in the 70s and the 80s, what was the one sign that was very, very popular? Does anybody remember? And they did this for a specific reason. They would put these big signs, they would even put them up out on the billboards. Clean restrooms. It was huge. Everybody started promoting clean restrooms. And the reason they did that because restrooms had such a bad reputation and people wouldn't stop anymore. Lowers marketing cost. Businesses start marketing. Why? What's the number one reason businesses start marketing? Why they increase their marketing? What's the number one reason? Anybody got an answer for that? To increase business. To increase business. More sales, new business. Why did they lose business to begin with if they were doing very well in the beginning? Anybody? Who said that? Eric. Thank you, Eric. The business stopped caring about their customers. Poor customer service. Quality control gone. Bad service. Stopped caring again. Thank you guys for saying that. Let me tell you something. When you stop caring about your customers, they will not come back. Does a business that's thriving close the doors? Absolutely not. The businesses close the doors because they don't care about the customer. Let me give you an example. If we launched the Facebook group, and many of you here are in the Facebook group, and we launched the Facebook group and not a single one of us answered your Facebook post, would you think we cared? If I told you every single week that we was going to have Wednesday night training, and I'm pretty proud of this, this is the 49th week of training out of 49 weeks other than holidays that we actually canceled it because of holidays. People, we've been here. Now, if I didn't show up every single Wednesday and do what we do, you guys wouldn't stick around. You ladies wouldn't stick around. You say, shoot, that dang Kerry, he's about useless as a wart on a hog. but we care. So what does that allow us to do? Because we have a lot of people, and somebody said it a while ago, word of mouth. We have a lot of resellers that talk good about us because we do what we say. So that allows us to lower our marketing costs. It does the same thing for restaurants, beauty shops, roofing companies, service companies, any business out there. Because word of mouth is sharing with your neighbors, and they give you a call. They come in and visit with your business. I like that, Maury. They share their business. They share your business, and your business continues to succeed. Well, if you've got a house full of people every night, and you know, and you're managing your business, you're managing your reputation, and you're constantly marketing to those people that are coming in the door, you do not have to raise your cost to get new people in. Have you ever noticed that when you go to a restaurant, the first day they open, it's the best food in the world. You go back a year later, and you wonder what happened to the cooks? And they never realize that that happens. They think that they've got to increase their marketing cost because they just went somewhere else because they wanted to go somewhere else. I've got 3 of my favorite restaurants here in this town, and we visit them every single month. Like clockwork. The food's consistent. The service is consistent. The prices are right, and I enjoy eating there. And when it goes bad, I don't go back. So they're able to gain insight into their business. One thing, and I hear this a lot when I talk to you folks, is when you hire someone to go do something like salespeople, or these restaurants hire waiters and waitresses and staff, the beauty shop has staff, the roofing company has staff, the lawn service has staff. All these companies, they have somebody that works for them. But we don't tell the management when we go in when we've had a bad experience with someone. It's horrendous. I'll never forget, I was setting up at one of my favorite restaurants, and my wife and I were waiting, and we know everybody there very well, and they're very good at seating us instead of having me to wait, which is something I appreciate, and I take care of them financially, the waiters that do that and the waitresses. But I was sitting there watching, and these kids literally were throwing their spaghetti underneath the table, and I mean there must have been 10 bowls of spaghetti underneath that table when those people got up. They didn't tip the waitress. And they turned around to the waitress and said, complained because the table was so dirty, that she didn't come over there and clean up the table. And that stuff will get on the internet quicker than anything. And nobody understands, yeah, where's the willow tree, exactly. And nobody understands what went on. So if they would have just posted that, and the manager saw that, and he would immediately think, well, that waitress is terrible. But what I did, because I like them up there very much, and I really love the waitress, she's always taken very good care of me, I called the manager over and I said, I just want you to know, I heard these people complaining, and I sat here and watched what happened, and I just want you to know she was doing her job. So he was able to gain insight into the entire situation. If you don't know what's going on in your business, then your business is going to fall. Period. You got your salesmen out on the streets, they're talking smack, they're not taking care of their customers, customer service sucks, everything starts going downhill, and you sit in your office and you ask yourself, why is that happening? Well, with the reputation management system, you now have a tool that not only allows your customers to interact right then, but it allows your staff to interact with your customers and know that those customers are going to say something about the staff, so that raises their level to where it needs to be of customer service. So it's kind of a two-way street. So they gain insight into their business. I'm going to stop right here. I put this slide on Facebook a while ago, and I'm going to come back to this. I want to actually go in. One of the questions I've had over the last couple of weeks is, how do we go in and build the reputation management system, and how does it work? One of the things I really want to talk about tonight is how it goes viral, okay? Because I think this is one of the things that's kind of a misnomer about how these go viral. Let me just say this. The reputation management system isn't as important getting online as it is the business knowing what's going on with their staff. That's the biggest benefit of this reputation management system. Now let me show you here real quick. Let me bring up this. Now what I want to do is, the first thing I want to do is I want to go back here to the resource area. I want to go to resources. How many of you use the reputation checker? How many of you actually use this? And it's not bad whether you do or you don't. I'd like to know how many of you use the reputation checker. No, I have. No, 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 no. Okay, I have, not lately. Okay, hey, I appreciate your honesty, and I'm going to tell you why. Because it's important that you know that this is probably one of the most important tools in your toolbox. Okay? And the reason I say that is you gain a great insight into the customers that you're going to go deal with. This tool and the Foursquare lead generation tool are two of the most important tools in your toolbox. Okay? So let's go in here and we're going to, let's say, we'll do service company, roofers. And why roofers? Because they've got the worst reputation in the country. Well, I can't type. Okay, and I'm going to say, let's say Dallas, Texas. I'm going to say within 25 miles. And I can search Google Places and I can search Yelp. So let's just do that. And it's searching. And now we can come down through here. Let me turn off Google Places real quick. That don't make sense. Let's do pizza. Let me come back to that. I don't know why that's not searching. I'll come back to the reputation checker in just a minute. I'm going to get Mark to take a look at that. Let's go over here to manage. Let's go back to web apps. Yelp their API has a problem of going down a lot. I don't know why. So let's come over here to, we're going to set up the reputation management system. I'm going to do this right here in this. Now I'm going to set up the entire system. So the first thing you need to do, you need to come in here and you've got to connect to the company's businesses. Now, what's going to happen here, okay, if you don't find their business in here, what does that do for you? If they don't have Facebook, I mean Foursquare, they don't have Yelp, their Google Places, that's right. Upsell. It's time to make some more money, okay? It gives you a chance to set it up and make, that's right, creates those fees, creates business. So let's go in here to Foursquare. And I'll say Amro Group, Commerce, Texas. Okay, and here's the company right here. So all I got to do is click on that, and it connects. Now on Yelp, I can tell you that Amro Group doesn't come up, so I've already got it pulled up here. I don't know why it doesn't come up. Yelp, the way they do their API is a little bit different. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to click here, and I'm going to put the link in here, okay? And I'm going to add it. And all you have to do is go up here and type it in, like we'll say Amro Group, Commerce, Texas, search, and it'll pull it up here. Now this isn't the URL you use right here, okay? Open it up, and now pull the URL from right here, and then put it in there. And Google Places, same thing, and we can see Amro Group. Now you can see there's two Amro Groups here. I want to use, this was our office in Rockwall. I want to use this one right here to keep them all consistent. Okay. Now we want to, and let me show you something real quick. You can see on this app there is no Rate Us button. Okay. This is just like everything else. You can turn it on and you can turn it off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to enable it. Okay. Just click on the Rate on the Web app. Click Yes. Click Save Now. And it's enabled. Now we'll go back over here. Preview. And there's the Rate Us tab. All right, and I'm going to go into that in just a moment. Let me go back over here. Setting this up is extremely easy. Now we want to set up the notification settings. Let me talk about the notification settings real quick. This is the most important reason you need texting when you set up this reputation management system. They can get an immediate response when the customers write a review, and they'll know that. So I'm going to come in here and I can put up to 3 managers or whoever the owner wants to get this information. I prefer it to be the managers, and that's what I recommend to them. You got a day manager, you got a night manager, and probably an assistant manager. And maybe the owner and his 2 managers, the day manager and the night manager. So you just have to get with them and set that up. We're going to put the phone number report in here. And then I want to email this to mobiadgroup@gmail.com. And I'm going to save that. And like I say, you can set up 3. Now I've got my notification settings set up. Okay, all of that's taken care of now. That's how simple it is to set up this system. If they do not have one of these set up, Foursquare, Yelp, or Google Places, that opens up the opportunity for you to go in there and sell that to them. Don't give it to them. What if they rate them through Google? If they rate them through Google, if they rate them through one of these places, Foursquare, Yelp, or Google Places, they'll get a report that tells them that they've been rated. A report goes out every day at 3 o'clock. Every day at 3 o'clock. And they'll get that if they got their texting set up and their email set up correctly. They'll receive that report every day at 3 o'clock. Okay? Now let's go over here and take a look at the preview. Once it's set up, they have the opportunity to rate it, thumbs up or thumbs down. Now, this is very important for you to do when you're selling this program. The greatest benefit they have is all of their waiters, waitresses, owners, point of sale people have some type of device that they can actually do this on right there on the spot. The business may want to go out and purchase a couple of iPads or something that somebody just walks around and says, hey, would you like to rate our business today? Would you like to rate our customer service today? Could you tell us how we're doing? And I've got a restaurant that does just that. They walk around and they say, hey, would you like to rate our service today? And people are glad to do that. And you just leave them with the tab. They use some type of little tablet. I think it's Kindle maybe, or it might be an iPad, but whatever it is, they leave it with them. And they sit right there and they do it, and they go back by, and then when they see that they're done with it, they pick it up and they go to the next customer. Hey, would you like to rate our business today? And let me tell you, people appreciate the fact that they want to know how business is going. They really, really like it. And it's done wonders for their business. And I'll tell you what, and I eat there, and their service is really going up. Now, if the business is not found in that's a very good question. If the business is not found in the reputation management system in Foursquare, does it mean they did not claim their spot yet? No, it doesn't. And that's something else that, and we're going to go over Foursquare, selling Foursquare next week. But they can be in Foursquare and not have claimed their business, but they're still in there. Okay? Claiming your business in Foursquare gives you the rewards programs when you claim your business. Okay? Now, it doesn't matter if the ratings come from the same IP address. I'm fixing to show you why. Okay? So you go in here and you're going to give them a thumbs up and a thumbs down. Now, what I'm going to be able to show you here is 1, because you can only do it once every 24 hours. So I'm going to show you the thumbs up because I want to show you how it goes viral, or has the opportunity to go viral. The thumbs down, they don't have an opportunity to post it anywhere else. It just comes directly to the management team. Okay? They can only do it once every 24 hours from their device. Okay? So we're going to come in here and we're going to do a thumbs up. And I'm going to say thumbs up. I'm going to put my name. I'm going to put my number. And I'm going to put my comments. Carrie is great. And I'm going to send the rating. Now, here's where they have the opportunity to post elsewhere. And I tell you how quick that alert came in. I don't know if you heard my phone buzzing, but I just got my alert. Okay? Now, here it is. Moby Ad Group, new thumbs up alert, and it gives the URL, and I can tap on that URL, and I open it up, and it says, Carrie thinks you're great. Okay? It says thumbs up, Carrie K. Miller Sr., phone, tap to call number, July 17, 2013. Carrie thinks you're great. Let me do something here real quick. Open URL. Let me open it up in Dolphin. Let me come in here, and when this loads up, because I want to show you this, I'm actually fixing to email this to myself. I'm going to do that. And let me do this here. Let me go here. Add-ons. I'm going to cut the screen. I'm going to capture the region. Okay. Share. I'm going to email this to myself. Give me 1 second here. To Gary at instantappwizard.com, because I want you to see this, and I wanted to do this live tonight so you could see it. I'm going to shoot that over to myself. We'll give that a minute, and I'll bring that into my email. I'll open it up here in a minute. Now, you saw that it went out. Okay, now let me go over here and open my email real quick. I should have an email by now. Okay, here's the picture. Let me open this picture. Oh man, that ain't what I wanted. I'll try to do that again. See the review that just came in? This is the email review. Dear Moby Advertising Group, you have comments to review. Thumbs up, Carrie Miller. Phone number, Carrie is great. Okay, and this is actually the same message that I just got on my phone. So they have a chance to get that information immediately. Immediately. How do you set up Yelp for multiple locations for Yelp? You just go in there and set up different addresses. You can have the same name, you just set it up with different addresses. And you have to set it up for each individual place of business. So you get your review here. The other review looks the same. I'm going to try to, does everybody mind if I do that one more time here since I didn't capture that correctly? Add on, screen cut, capture reason. I see what I did. Share, email, Carrie. Guys, you don't get much more live training than this. Okay, I just sent the message again. Let me come over here. I think it's important to do this live tonight so that you can see just how quick this happens. Okay, can everybody see that? Is it big enough? Let me blow it up a little bit. And this is what I received via my text message. Okay, right here. So you can see how important it is. Now, let me tell you why this is important. I'm at my place of business. I'm the manager. And I've got someone walking around, and they're going in, and they're doing their thing, and they're getting people to rate the business. Okay? You can do that a couple ways. You can go around with a tablet or something and have them do it. Or just go over and make a card. Make a table tent. This is a real good spot for you to do like Sherry does and go to the Costco and have them print out your table tents, and you just go out and you pass those out. Cost you 19 cents, and you put your QR code in there, and I'm going to show you how to get that in just a moment. You put your QR code on there, and they're able to go in and rate the business. Extremely important. And so when they do that and you get your message and you get your information, there it is. Immediately. The same thing happens and I'm pretty sure, let me just check. I'll show you what it says here. Let me go back. I'm going to rate us. It says, it appears you've already rated today. Please check back tomorrow to rate again. So I can only rate it once. Okay? Only rate it once. Let me do something here real quick. How about this? Let me find my demo. That way you guys can see it. I'll set up another one real quick. How about that? You know, you can really see here how fast it is to do this. I mean, literally, it's this fast. Oops. Now, I don't have texting on this app, so let me go ahead and put the email on here. We're going to save that. Now let's come up here to preview. That's about an ugly app, and then I was messing with this the other day. And there's the Rate Us button. Now I'll be able to rate this, okay? There's the down arrow. Thumbs down. Carrie stinks. Send rating. It says, sorry to hear you had a bad experience. Our staff has just been informed of your ratings and comments. Now, the great thing about that is they get that immediately. And when they get that, they're able to bring the wait staff over there or the point of sale person or whoever's doing that, and they can say, hey, who did you just have do that? And then they can go over and say, hey, was everything okay tonight? Well, the food was cold. And they already see the comments that they put on there, okay? And I'll show you here because I will get the email. It'll be just like the email we just received. New rating from your mobile web app. Dear demo customer, you have comments, thumbs down, Carrie stinks. Same information, but they're able to get that immediately. Okay? May I ask if the reputation management system is directly related to the social media links found under the content button? Also, what is the difference between the two? No, two totally separate things, and I'll talk about that. Thank you for asking that. The reputation management system is connected directly to this information. Now, let me show you what this information right here is important for. Remember I told you you get a report every day at 3 o'clock? That's what this data here drives. This is what drives that report. Your Foursquare, your Yelp, and your Google Places. When someone posts on that, it will tell you that someone posted on there. And that will come out to you every day. Your place of business will get a report. The other social media sites are not connected into this same system the same way. Just these three sites right here, Foursquare, Yelp, and Google Places. And these are the three top reputation sites on the internet, okay? You cannot add multiple sites for a Rate Your System except for one place. That might have been what you was asking a while ago. And I was thinking you meant in the Yelp system itself. You can't put multiple places on here like that. You would have to set up two different apps and tie it into one, kind of like you do a directory, if you wanted to add more places so that they could actually go to that place of business. And then you would set up your multiple apps in two different apps. I mean, your multiple rep management systems in two different apps. Yeah. And the reason it's like that is because it's all run through that one reputation management system. Okay, let me go back over here. And I want to talk to you real quick about this right here. When we talk about going viral, okay, it's extremely important that you understand what that means. Your clients have to make that happen. I don't know if many of you are familiar with this term, but I wanted to share this term with you so you can understand why it doesn't automatically connect and everything automatically post and that happen. And you need to make sure your clients understand that if they post it somewhere else, and you saw there on that site right here, when they post something good, this comes up. When they post something bad, they don't have a chance to do that. And it says share on Facebook, share on Twitter, share on Google+, share on Foursquare, and share on Yelp. An API, it's an interface that allows our program to talk to other programs, especially the social media programs. Very important that you understand that. Our program is literally going out, dragging the data from that program, bringing it into our program, and that API, that programming interface, is what allows those to talk. Now, what the social media sites do, and every one of them do this, and there's no fix, there's no way around it, there's no way to make it happen, okay? What they have to literally do is go on there and log into their Facebook, and they're going to have to put a review on there. The reason we did it this way so that this pops up when they do a good review, it's fresh in their mind, and it says, glad you had a good experience. Our staff has just been informed of your rating. Share your thoughts more. So that's what's called a call to action. Many of you are very familiar with the call to action. We have called them out to say, hey, would you like to share this on Facebook? Would you like to share this on Twitter? A couple of things you have to understand. They have to have an account set up that they can physically sign into. They can't just go on there and just do it. Just like Facebook. When you go into Facebook, you've got to sign on. Twitter, you've got to sign on. Google Plus, you've got to sign on. So when they do that, they have the opportunity to make it go viral on the spot. Now, they may not go down through here and they may not share it on every one of these, but we put Facebook on the #1 slot for what reason? Why would we have put Facebook right here? Anybody? Because it's the #1 social media site out there. The absolute biggest, okay? So, and most people understand Facebook. So if they're happy and they're going to go in there and they post that on Facebook, it's fixing to go out to 200 or 300 people. The average Facebook user has 350 friends, I think they say, okay? So they have a chance to really, really, really make it go viral and tell everybody that they just had a great experience on the #1 social media site out there. Now, it doesn't hurt while the wait staff or the point of sale person is there, say, and they put a good result in there and they see that pop up, say, hey, would you mind sharing that on Facebook real quick? Call to action #2. And people will, because #1, they love Facebook, okay, and that's what they do. But we have no control, and I want to make sure everybody understands this very clearly because I get asked this question hundreds of times a week. We have no control over connections to the social media sites. Okay, we don't have any control to that. So the biggest advantage, the biggest benefit of this reputation management site is the fact that they're able to control everything immediately through this program. Immediately. They can know when something bad's happened. They can know when something good has happened. If you, for example, let's say that you are working with a car wash, and this reputation management system is for every business, not just a few. The reputation management system is there to control the business. And you're at a car wash and you got a guy and he's out there and everything he does is halfway. He doesn't do it right. It never looks good. The windows are streaky, but nobody ever says that. But what if, as they're coming out, you give them a card with a QR code, and they take that QR code and they scan that code and they put in there, you know what, John, because they read the name on his little shirt, does a terrible job. If that manager gets 2 or 3 times a day that John's doing a terrible job, what does he have the ability to do? That's exactly right. He has the opportunity to bring John in the office and say, look, John, you're doing a terrible job. And John says, no, I'm not. And Carrie says, yes, you are, because the customers are telling me so right here. Now, if you have documentation, and I don't know how it is in your state, but in Texas, to fire somebody, you better have a book written, okay? So if you've got the documentation and everything's lined up and the customers, and you've documented that you counseled him, get rid of him. You don't need anything else because he's ruining your business. Now, what's that customer going to do when he comes back in the next time? Because on the front end, you was using the loyalty rewards program, okay, and he's coming back in for his new car wash, and you've got somebody that replaced John, and this kid's actually absolutely phenomenal. That's right. He's going to be happy. And now I'm going to come back, not just because I got a free car wash, because everything that happened was right. And that's what the reputation management system is all about. Allowing your clients to manage their business in a way like they have never done before. Never done before. Okay? So very, very important that they understand. I want you to know it's very important that you understand how this goes viral. Very important. Your customers need to understand that the bad reviews, they do not have the opportunity to send them out virally. By the time they get home, they've probably forgot about it. But if they have a chance to send it out immediately, they're probably going to at least hit Facebook and Twitter. At least hit Facebook and Twitter. And just about guarantee they're going to hit Facebook. So does everybody understand the connection with the API and how that works and how that interface works and how to explain that to your customers with it going virally? Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. That's great. Thank you. Thank you. So that's the way that system works. Now let me come back over here to our system real quick. Setting it up is extremely important. Mark just texted me, by the way, the API between that, and we were just talking about interfaces, the API between us and Yelp isn't making a connection right now. So, and that if you get that, that means that the API isn't talking, and 99.999% of the time, it's Yelp. It happens frequently. Any questions at all on setting up the reputation management? I want to make sure. Thank you. Thank you. I want to make sure. I keep saying thank you because people keep saying this was awesome. They're so glad they understand it now. Anybody have any questions on how to set up these the Foursquare, Yelp, and Google Places? Anybody at all? Thank you, Rogelio. Do not forget this. Extremely important. They need, without a shadow of a doubt, texting added into this. You want to make some money with texting? Get them on this reputation management system. Absolutely. Let me show you a trick real quick. I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to show you that. All you have to do is get the URL from the app, okay? All you need to do is copy it, copy the link location. Let me come over here to resources real quick. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Let me come over here to QR stuff. I want to do that one more time real quick. Come to the app. This is how you create that QR code. Go to the button. And I don't know if you can see down here in the right lower left-hand corner, there it also gives you the address there. Come over here and just copy link location. Now you come up here to QR code generator. Paste that in there. Okay, and it's a website URL. Let's see here. I guess that's what they got there. You can do a lot with this right here. So that we've got a website URL. You see the QR code. I'm going to download that QR code. Let me just save it. I'll tell you what, I'm going to open it. Let me blow that bad boy up there a little bit. Can everybody see that? Take your phone out real quick and scan that QR code. If you've got your phone with you and the QR code scanner, just go in there and scan that real quick, and you'll see it opens it up right to the reputation management. I'll give you just a second to do that. Oops. Sorry about that. Give you just a second to do that. Does everybody see how that works? Absolutely. It's beautiful, isn't it? And you can put that QR code, you can get your thumbs up, thumbs down, and put it on a table tent, rate us, put a thumbs up, thumbs down, tell us what you think. Make it a really nice QR code, a really nice table tent, and pass those out at 19 cents a piece, okay? And I don't know if you can get a discount if you do more than that. I know that's what I saw the other day, 19 cents. But at 19 cents a piece, man, it would be well worth to pass out 100 of those a day at a restaurant or a place of business. Absolutely phenomenal way to do that. So build up your table tents, reach out and touch these people, and allow them to rate and show the business exactly what they're doing. The businesses will love you for it because now they can actually go in and control everything that's going on. And that's what's really important with reputation management. Absolutely the most important if you think about it. Anybody else got a question? Okay, everybody said that works perfect, great. Joe, let me check on that with Mark if there's any way to allow that to go into the texting group. I will sure ask him about that. How can they use a tablet on site to have the customers rate without receiving the? They've got a router that it's about every second resets their IP. They had their, because that was the problem we had when we first did that. And so they brought in I think CenturyLink is who their guy is, and he brought a router up there that constantly rotates their IP. Because they weren't able to do that, they had to have the people do it with themselves, and they wanted somebody to do that. What about finding, you can find, businesses everywhere needs reputation management. It doesn't matter where you find them at all. Any other questions? I have trouble making icons. I cannot get the free icon to come up anywhere. Can you show me how to download them? I'm confused on what you're asking, Charlie. Yes, sir. One phone per day. One phone per day. Suggested price for rep management system, I would not do the setup less than $199, and I wouldn't do it less than $299 a month. And in that $299, I would give them 1,000 text. And then everything after that increases. And they need to understand that the text increases is going to go. When I try the free download of the icon, I cannot get it to appear anywhere. Okay, let me see if I think I know what you're talking about, Charlie. Give me 1 second here. When you go into the icon creator, you come over here. We'll build one real quick. Is this where you're talking about, Charlie? I just want to make sure this is where we're on the same page here. Let me find one real quick. Let me find a flat image. Okay, and I'm going to upload that. I'm going to put it to glossy and round corners. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to build it here real quick. And you're talking about saving it from here, correct? Is that correct, Charlie? I just want to make sure we're on the same page here. From the creator to there. You're trying to find the icon that you put in here? When you browse here? Am I correct on that? You don't know how to browse and find the icon? Oh yeah, hang on just a second. That's what I was fixing to do. You can do it one of two ways. Now what I do is I come in here and I right click on that. I go save image as, and it takes me to wherever I want to save it as. Let's say here I want to save it on my E drive and I want to save it to whatever folder. I'm just going to save it down here. And I just write and I hit save. And then I come over here to my E drive. And I come down here. I don't remember what it was called. There it is right there. iPhone icon small ping. How did I get it to Queerco? I uploaded it. I clicked browse right here where it says browse. And I find the image I want, which was somewhere down here. This one right here. I click on that. I click open. And it uploads it automatically into Queerco when I click make icon. Then when I make icon, it automatically creates the icon over here. You've got to browse and upload it into Queerco. Take it in from your computer to there, create it, and then save it. Did that help you? I hope. I don't know what you're asking. How did I put it where? How did it get to here? To this page right here that you're seeing 3, 6, 9 of them? It does it automatically. When I go down here and I say make icon, I browse right here. Okay, number one, it says your image should not be smaller than the target size. Larger images will be scaled. It can be a GIF, PNG, JPEG, bitmap, or TIFF file. Okay, I go to browse, number one, and that opens up my files. And I select the icon that I want to use. And I'll select this right here. Okay. And then I'm going to come over here, and now that it's loaded right there, I'm going to upload it into Queerco by clicking make icon. And it automatically creates the icons over here. It uploads it from your computer into there. And the creator, it says download for free, but does not go to my computer. It's going, you just don't know where it's going to. Now, I've got mine where I got my computer set up to where I have to select the file. When I go save file, it asks me where I want to put it. 99.9% of the time, if that's not set up, it goes to download, the download folder. 99% of the time, it'll go to the download folder. Automatically. Yep, yes sir, yes sir. All righty. Any more questions there? That's what I love about training. It's these small things that really get you guys to the next level and really make things happen for you. And trust me, I didn't know that stuff either until I started playing with it. So, anybody else? Anybody on reputation management? How punch cards work? Okay, there's a video there, I believe, but let me go over there real quick. Digital punch cards. Oh, you want to know how they actually work when you use them? Let me add one real quick. Let me get the old, hang on, let me grab an address here real quick, if you don't mind. I'll actually do one for you live if y'all want. Is that okay with everybody? I do one live. Okay, very good. Okay, I'm going to get the address here for the punch card. Now, let me just put it in here and I'm going to cut and paste. I'm going to break it down here. Okay. All right, there's the address. We're going to say Walmart. Now, I'm going to check the address here, okay? We're adding the punch card location. Okay, everybody do me a favor. I'm the only one in here, so if you could just hold those questions until I ask again, because what's going to happen, those questions are going to fly by and I'm never going to be able to get to them. Okay, here's the Walmart. Now, I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. See this little blue dot right here? No problem, buddy. See, that little blue dot is where the geolocation is positioned. Underneath that blue dot, if that blue dot is set right there, they need to be under that blue dot. So we want to make sure that we cover the entire business. And it's like I say on the training there, I know this Walmart because this is in my hometown. There's a cash register right here. There's a cash register right here. There's a row of cash registers here. There's a cash register here. There's a cash register right here in this corner in sporting goods. And there's a cash register right here for arcade games and all that stuff, electronics. So I'm going to put this right in the center. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to double click that. And I'm going to put it out here, let's say 75 meters. Now, do you see how that covers the whole thing there? Who asked that question a while ago? I want to make sure I don't lose them. Deborah. Okay, you see how I covered the whole thing there? And now the store's covered, okay? Now, I've got my location set up, all right? And I'm going to add that. Now, I'm going to add the punch card reward system. Now, I want to know what the reward is, okay? And we'll just say free buy. It doesn't matter. Whatever you set the reward up as. The card code is in case it does not work, if in case for some reason the GPS is off. When Mark and I tested this, I went to 3 different cities, 3 different locations that we set up, and I used 2 different phones, and the phones could be off anywhere from 13 to 15 meters. Okay? I'm sorry, 3 to 15 meters. So if you've got a multiple location place and you put it over top of it, it may actually pick up the card next door. Okay? So there is some, and every phone is different. There's a differential in the GPS of every single phone. There's nothing we can do about it. It's just the make of the phone and the GPS receiver. So you want to put a card code in there. We'll say 1111. Now you can set punches up 1 to 100. The number of punches depends on how many times they come in. So for purposes here, we'll say 2 punches. You can also set it up how often. 1 punch a day, 1 punch an hour, 1 punch every 2 days, 1 punch a month. Okay? Well, let's just say any time for this. Now, right here, this is extremely important to see right here. Validate punches by geolocation and card code, geolocation only, card code fallback, or card code only. If you do card code only, you got to make sure that the business has the card code. If you're doing the card code only, I would make sure that I set up where they, right here, they can change that every day. All right? So they change that every day, and you don't have to worry about it. But if you do card code only. Well, I'm going to do geolocation only and card code fallback. No, let me do geolocation and card code fallback. I'm going to click add. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to preview. And let's see here, punch card. I'm going to go to punch card. Okay, now I'm going to sign up. I'm hoping, I'm just going to put a fake number in here because if I don't, create account now. Okay. Tap to punch card. So I'm going to tap this to punch the card. Because you see this right here? It says GPS must be enabled on your phone. Can everybody see that? I don't have a GPS on my computer, so it tells me that. So it falls back to tap the punch card. Now, let me explain something about GPS, and I've probably had this conversation 100 times too. Most people do not have their GPS turned on their phone. And the reason they don't is because GPS eats the battery up really quick. I don't keep the GPS on my phone. So you have to have the GPS enabled for the GPS punch card system to work. So I recommend that you go out and test it, and you can see exactly how it works. Build one on your own app and do the GPS. You can even do it set in your house. Just put the address in there and put it in, it'll work. So I'm going to tap the punch card. Okay, it says you have 0 card punches, 2 punches required to receive free buy. Okay. Now see right here where it says please wait, acquiring location. Remember, I don't have GPS, so it's going to go to the code as soon as this counts down. Okay, see where it says employee code? And this is where that code comes in. This is very important. And we put this in there for a reason, because a lot of customers were concerned, well, Johnny can go out there and do this every single day and gain all these punches and come in and get free stuff and never buy nothing or never do anything. So you put the employee code in, submit code, and it says your digital card has been punched. You only need 1 more punch to redeem. The biggest objection, exactly, Joe, and we took care of that objection. Click return. It says you have 1 card punch, 2 punches required. So I'm going to punch it again. And see it counting down. It's trying to acquire the location. Yeah, code is a good way to go. A good way to go. Now you can make it do geolocation and code. And the code in there because a lot of customers want code. See, code again. Submit code. Okay, now right here, this is very important too. And this allows your customers to control this whole thing. Okay? Congratulations, you're now eligible to redeem your free buy. You do not need to redeem at this time. You can continue accumulating points and redeem at a later date. Prior to tapping redeem, locate an employee. Once activated, you will have 5 minutes before the reward expires. Okay, we're redeem now. Remember I put my phone number in there? I'm going to get a text message. Well, that wasn't my actual phone number, but I would get a text message, and that I would get a link to the redeem. Now see right here where it says prior to tapping redeem now, locate an employee. Once activated, you will have 5 minutes before the reward expires. So this reward actually expires. So if they're out in the parking lot and they're out there messing around and they don't get this done, they're over with. Okay, they're not going to be able to redeem this. They're not going to be able to come in and say, well, I had a redemption and blah, blah, blah. It tells them they've got 5 minutes. So redeem now. The clock starts. Please show this to an employee before the countdown reaches 0. All right? The employee sees it. Employee clicks return. And it starts over. Great, great, great selling tool. Fabulous selling tool. And let me tell you, loyalty rewards is worth a lot of money because loyalty rewards keeps them coming back time after time after time after time. You can set it for GPS and code. You can set it for both. If it's not, then it does just work off the GPS, but they still, in order to redeem, have to show the employee. I personally like the code. There's an entire training on the loyalty rewards program. It's right here on here's the tutorial video right here. And this is exactly what I just went over right here on this video. And I think there's a webinar too. Let me see here. Let me go back up here. I want to not sure about the report that generates at 3 p.m. Is the app tracking your Foursquare? No, the app's not. Well, yes, the app. The program is, okay. It's not necessarily the app. Once you put that information in onto the server, that's tracking it. And then if there's any change because of the API that's connected to the Foursquare, Google Plus, Yelp, okay, that will pull that information. It sees that information on your page, and that's what is sent at 3 p.m. If there's no data, they're not going to get anything. Will says, I ask about texting to individuals of a group. No, we don't have that in there, and I think Mark saw that, and we're going to take a look at that, Will, about sending individual text out. Yes, if it's GPS only, Deborah, that's correct. It will activate when they walk in the door. Yeah, they could ask for the card code. Absolutely. Okay. Yep, I answered that. Yep. Hang on just a second. Yep, code is the safest way to go. If just GPS is set, that's correct. No code is needed. You can set it for GPS and code or GPS or code for fallback. I use for a customer restaurant in Mexico and working great. They are getting more and more customers. Very good, Regilio. Thank you. Let me tell you what Regilio just said. He used the loyalty rewards for a customer in Mexico, and it's working great. They're getting more and more customers because of that. And he said they love him. And we love you too, Regilio. I'm having difficulty trying to price my package properly. May I ask for your recommendations. Sorry, I'm very new at this. No problem. Email me at Carrie@instantappwizard.com. Is it Sorrelto? Is that correct? Did I say that right? Do I get 10 points tonight for a correct name? Great, Deborah. That's a great program. Can you show the timer again? Let me see. Oh, gosh, I just messed all them answers up. Awesome things. Can you show the timer again? Yes. You go to the punch card. Okay, I'm going to go in the business, tap to punch the card. Please wait, acquiring the location. It's kind of in red, and I got this purple background, so it's kind of hard to see. It's right here. Let me highlight it. Maybe that'll help you see it. And it counts down from 20 seconds. Automatically resubmits. Then I go 1111, submit the code. I'm going to return. I'm going to tap the punch card again. Wait 20 seconds to acquire the signal. If it doesn't acquire the signal, it automatically goes down to the code. Submit the code. Redeem now. If they don't redeem now, one thing that they do build up redemptions if they don't redeem it. Okay? Prior to tapping, let somebody know. And there again, there's the clock right there. Counts down from 5 minutes. They've got 5 minutes to do that. Okay. Good ratings. No, all ratings. Let me explain the 3 o'clock report. Those are ratings that were actually placed on those sites. Okay, the Foursquare, Yelp, and Google Places. Anything that is placed on those themselves. Okay, bad or good. That's what you get a report on. The bad and good results from the reputation management system that's on your app are sent out immediately to the phone numbers and to the web, gosh, my mind went blank, to the emails that you put in the system. How can you ask a question on Facebook? Go in and hang on just 1 second. I'll log in here real quick. Handsome feller, aren't I? And I'll go to the group here real quick, Instant App Wizard. And up here you can post something. Right here where it says write post, just go in there and say, this is for training. Wish you were all here. Okay, and I'm going to post that, and you can post the same way. And it's going to come on here, and I'll show you down here. These are all questions, and we've posted answers on here. Everybody see Dwayne's QR code on the back of his truck? Sandy posted some questions here, and people came in, commented on it. The group is going very well. I'm very excited about the group. Sean did a great job setting this up. Okay? And we get to see what everybody looks like. Matter of fact, there's Debbie. She just asked a question. Any more questions there? Great, Spence. I'm glad you do, buddy. The store can do that themselves. The question is there any way to set it up for a minimum punch? When you set up the rewards, you can put anything in there you want. Free bike, minimum punch. I mean, it's up to you. They can have it on their at the point of sale system. Minimum punch, $15. 8.5, 11 would be great. The rep management sticker, yeah, I'll upload that somewhere on the site here, and I'll send everybody the link to it. Thank you, Tim. Tim's very active in our Facebook group. I appreciate you for that, Tim. Any more questions? Well, we did another hour and a half tonight. Time flies when you're having a good time. And I want you guys to know, I do not mind you asking anything. That's what the training's for. Once we finish with the regular training and we go to question and answers, I love showing people how the system works. I mean, I live in this thing. Mark and I literally live in this system. So I do want to tell everybody before we close, and I'm going to close with this, okay? Can you change the text so it does not tell the customer that the staff has been informed? No, you want them to know. That's extremely important. That's the most important part of that system, is you're telling them, you're telling that customer that you are greatly concerned and thank you so much for letting our people know. Yes, you do get the phone. If they put the phone number in there, they do that. Would make who feel uncomfortable? Pricing guide for loyalty? Shoot, I'd do another $99 setup and no less than $49 a month. That is a huge program. And just like Rogelio said a while ago, he set up a customer in Mexico, and those people are constantly coming back. It's really increased their business with people coming back. Oh, I know what you're saying. You're saying it's going to make the customer uncomfortable? No, it won't make them uncomfortable. I think it's just the opposite. I think it makes them very aware. I mean, they know it's going somewhere already. It's not like they don't know that they're posting that it's going to go into thin air and nobody's going to see it. The important part is that they know the management is going to see it. See, what happens in most reputation systems is the people that really should know about it never know about it. And the people I'll give you a prime example on Facebook. People will vent on Facebook. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen, the stuff they'll write on Facebook, but they'll never say it in person. And that's kind of what they're doing with the reputation management system. They're letting out their frustrations without telling somebody to their face. Empathetic. Don't be sympathetic. Be empathetic. Yeah, teach them to be very empathetic. I understand how you feel. Others have felt the same way. And then we found that with our system that we have here, everything is getting better. I love you, Joe. Anybody else with questions? Okay, I'm going to close with this. And Mark has been working his butt off getting the scheduling set up for your Facebook, Twitter, text messages, and email messages. He's almost done with it. We did some testing on it today, okay? And we're going to test it some more. It's going to be in beta for 30 days. And let me tell you why it's going to be in beta for 30 days. It's very important that you test it out too, because you think about it, we can only go out and send out a message a week or a message a month. So we want to make sure it works, and we want to make sure that it works well. Now, if you have some customers that you can understand what beta means, by all means, we want you to set them up with it. But we're going to set it up, and we will probably launch it Friday night or Saturday morning. I will put together a video to show you how to do it. I will set you up and he's going to set up some links that you can actually access it through. Resellers will not be able to, like your customers, will not be able to go in and see that at all. It's only going to be for you until it's out of beta, okay? We want you to beta test it on your apps, and if you have some customers that can beta test it, please feel free to do that. They just need to understand that if there's a bug, we need to know about it so that we can fix the bug. The one thing that we're not concerned about it, we just want to make sure it works well, is the time zone factor. We all know that it could be the 16th today here and the 17th today, tomorrow in Australia, for example, or New Zealand or something. So the time zones is what we've got to really watch. Mark and I are both in Central Time Zone, so we see Central Time Zone. I can tell you this, it works great in the Central Time Zone because we did it today. But he's almost got it done. It wasn't ready for launch tonight. We're going to perfect it, and then we're going to let you guys test it. I will let you know Friday night or Saturday morning via email and via the Facebook group that that's been launched. No. You're talking about the text messaging? Once you set up text messaging for your client, it's set up. So charge them the $30 for the 500, and then if they don't want it, you've not lost anything, and they're the ones that lose. Make sure you build that in. If you're going to set up that text messaging on their app, make sure that if you're charging, let's say you're charging $99, and you're giving them the text messaging 500, just know it's going to cost you $15 and you're going to wind up making 86 bucks, 84 bucks. Okay, that's going to be your net. Any other questions? Next week we're going to go over what did I say? Foursquare. I want to talk about Foursquare. And I'll make sure, well, I can't make sure, but hopefully the Yelp will be back online, and we can get the API to do what it's got to do. All right, guys, God bless you all, man. It's been great training. If you haven't signed up for the Facebook group, sign up. I saw somebody say they couldn't get in. Send me your Facebook email, and I will put you in there. And I think it was you, Eric, as a matter of fact. So it's great training tonight, and I will try to get this up. Hopefully this thing will render, and we'll get it set up and get it posted out sometime tomorrow. But everybody have a great night. God bless, and I will see you inside the Facebook group. Thank you, Rogelio. It's good to see you, my friend. Good night, David.